at the outbreak of World War I in 1914, our founder, Brigadier General retired Andrew Hamilton Galt, contributed $100,000 of his own money in order to form the regiment to send it off to the front lines. Warfare in those days would have been, and a lot of people probably heard the term hell on earth. It would have been hell on earth, where you were basically in trenches, holes that were dug like channels, anywhere from as much as 6 feet deep to, in some cases, in some areas, they could have been 15, 20 feet deep. And you were living under cold, arduous conditions. In fact, the term trench foot originated from World War I, and they had to develop systems in order to alleviate this debilitating disease that was encountered from the cold mud that they were trenching around in. The Patricias were also known in World War I for pioneering what they referred to as trench raids. So they used to go and conduct what would have been considered covert ops, going forward of their lines and into the German trenches to take German prisoners of war, to capture equipment, to capture maps and intelligence that would then lead on to subsequent operations. So we're standing in here in our exhibit of trench warfare. In behind me, there's actually a hole which is referred to a funk hole, which is where the troops would actually, if they're on the front lines, where they would have an ability to get some rest, write a letter home or to their loved one. And it was also more commonly used for shelter during the onslaught of German artillery barrages against the Canadian positions. In the Battle of Freezenberg, it was on the 8th of May that it started with an onslaught of artillery barrage by the Germans, and then the Germans started to advance. Under no circumstances are supposed to give up this position, maintain the hold of that position on the line. When the Germans advanced, of some 600, possibly 700 men that were on the front lines that day, only 100 survived. When it looked like they were starting to get overrun by the Germans, the Ricadam-Du, which is our first set of camp colors that were hand-sewn by Princess Patricia and presented in August of 1914. The first RSM Fraser, picked up the Ricadam-Du, pretty much got to the center of the trench line system and used the Ricadam-Du to rally the troops against the German offensive. He was subsequently injured multiple times, including getting shot in the head, but was successful in, capitalizing on the esprit de corps and the sense of duty and purpose to get the troops to advance and to repel the German attack. And that's where the regiment really established itself and ceased to be known as the Originals and became known as the Princess Patricia's Canadian Light Infantry.